Just so you understand, by the way, and this is the face of someone who has gotten through life succeeding based on physical attributes and not intellectual attributes. And I would say that with, it's the same thing that's true of men. There are some men who are just too good looking for their own good fortune. I have had the good fortune of not being any type of that person. No one will ever accuse me. If I succeed in life, no one will ever accuse me of succeeding in life as a result of my good looks, my tall stature. Maybe because I can run races fast, because I can. But this is the face of someone who has succeeded in life, not because of her skill, but maybe because of her skill, but because of other skills that are not of the intellectual nature. Listen to this.
You know, Howard, people ask me, like, what do you think is going on, and what is the tension here? What's at stake? And there are many things, and I can be much more articulate than what I'm going to say. But ultimately, I do believe that this is an election that is about strength versus weakness.
Yeah.
And weakness as projected by someone who puts himself in front of the American people.
He never asked what
and does
you
not
want.
have the strength to stand in defense of their needs, their dreams, their desires, the work that must happen to make sure that we are a secure nation, that we are
Have a border,
nurturing and protecting our alliances around the world, that we are supporting America's military, that we are fighting to bring the cost of living down for working families, that we are building businesses, building growth.
What the fuck are you talking about? Like, if I were, I wouldn't say the F word. I apologize. What in the name of sweet holy hell are you talking about? I wanted to see what Drew Hernandez said in that tweet. Kamala Harris tells Howard Stern that Trump doesn't care about America's needs, yet she is only giving $750 to Hurricane Helene victims. Oh, no, they'll get more later. True. While giving $160 million to Lebanon, $160 million above the 175 that they've already given, in addition to the $200 billion to Ukraine. They should just name every city in America after a Ukrainian, Lebanese, Israeli, Europe. Name it after a foreign country. Like if you had Lvov, if you had Kyiv, North Carolina, $1 billion, because this idiot doesn't know where the hell one is versus the other. You'll notice who the most prominent advocates for Kamala Harris are, and the most prominent, or I say the most vocal opponents of Donald Trump are. George Takei, if you don't follow him on Twitter, Mark Hamill, one of the Baldwin pieces of shit, I forget which one he is, and just look at all of these people and notice a trend. They're disgusting, period. And they're moral degenerates, and they are now supporting the Howard Stern, not the Howard Stern, the Kamala Harris, and Howard Stern is among them right now. We are not comparing equals here. We are not comparing similars here. This literally is a Kamala Harris. Trump, you have to deal with the elephant in the room. Yes, he's been divorced multiple times. He's probably he's had whatever moral failings he's had as a human, and we've all had them. Because we're human. If you haven't had them, you're a liar. And if you're lying, you've had them. Trump was not running on the platform of moral supremacy in terms of fidelity and whatever, period. When you're electing a president, you're going for something different. Policy, nation, and that idea. They want to make it a moral issue. And Kamala Harris wants to come in and say, well, Donald Trump is, he's multiple, or they all do it. He's divorced and he's been in for whatever. Okay, good. You do that, then I'm going to do it to you. Kamala Harris is a DEI hire who boned her way through her career to get to where she's at, stabbed in the back to get to where she's gotten. Her husband, Doug Emhoff, and if you've watched the episode of The Unusual Suspects, we'll get into more detail there and you've seen it, is a moral degenerate. He boned his nanny, allegedly, although they basically admitted to it. The issue is whether or not he had a role in her miscarrying or getting an abortion. He boned his nanny and got her pregnant. He's alleged, because it's a public event that people witnessed, to have struck a woman in the face, one of his girlfriends, in 2012 in Cannes at the film festival. And these mother effers want to come out and then judge Trump, who, for all of his personal failings, whatever they may be, on a professional, national, presidential level, was nothing but He could have been better, but it was a success by all comparative measures. They want to do it? Let's do it. And now let's take a brief pause from the vlog for a word from our sponsor. The world feels like it's on edge right now. Tensions over the upcoming election, economic instability, supply chain shortages, and health threats popping up left and right, with talk of a new pandemic on the horizon. If you're waiting for the medical industrial complex to protect you and your family when things go sideways, you're making a huge mistake. You have to take action and be prepared now. That's why I want to tell you about the Wellness Company's Contagion Emergency Kit. It's a lifesaver put together by real experts like Dr. Peter McCullough. Inside, you've got medications like ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, budesonide, and even a nebulizer. These are critical medications to treat respiratory illnesses and much more, especially heading into the flu season. Don't let anyone play gatekeeper with your health. Just a few clicks, and the kit is delivered right to your front door. This is peace of mind for you and your family in uncertain times. Head over to twc.health/Viva. Use promo code Viva to get $30 off and free shipping. Don't wait for the next crisis to hit. Be ready, not reactive. Get your kit and take control of your health today. And now back to the vlog. Doug Emhoff, Jen Psaki wants to tout this man as the new metric of masculinity and sex appeal, is a moral degenerate who boned his nanny while in a relationship and got her pregnant. And whatever that happened to that pregnancy is none of my business. These are degenerates. But you look at this man right now, a man who should be enjoying this part of his life on a golf course with his wife, playing golf. And I don't mean that in a demeaning way. I mean that in a merit-based way. And right now, what's he doing? Literally taking bullets for a country, literally trying to save it from its own destruction, much like that idiot Kamala Harris supporter. You try to save them from themselves, and like children, they will march into the pool without a life jacket. Like children, they will eat the pod, the Tide Pod, because they're idiots. And you want to compare Kamala Harris and that effing deep, I'm not swearing, I'm trying not to swear, Tampon Tim, liar, AWOLs, no balls walls to this man? You can go suck a lemon. When I say go suck a lemon, I mean nothing more vulgar and insulting than go suck a lemon. And you listen to this guy, and this is the man.
Over the last week, I have to, when we talk about funny or sad, I think it's more sad than funny.
Yeah.
He has one ability I don't have.
Yeah.
He sleeps. He can sleep. This guy goes on a beach and he lays down on one of those, 6 ounce, they weigh 6 ounces and he can't lift it. They're meant for children, young people, and old people to lift.
Yeah.
They're aluminum,
Deadpan comment.
Yeah. They weigh very little and he can't lift. And somebody convinced him he looks good in a bathing suit. And when you're 82, typically bathing suits aren't going to make you look great. You're not going to be enhanced.
Yeah.
Pause. Understand that this is self-deprecating right here. He is almost 80. He's not talking only about children. A rational 80-year-old understands nobody wants to see the shriveled up, liver spotted, wrinkly, disgusting, not disgusting. That's terrible. My parents are 80. Although I don't want to see them naked. Nobody wants to see the body of an 80-year-old person, and nobody who's 80 is going to think, dude, I'm going to go out in a bikini and I'm going to rock the world. I'm going to go out in a Speedo and I'm going to rock the world. Unless you're Chuck Norris, maybe Jane Fonda. There's a couple of 80-year-olds who I can't want to. All right, whatever. I'm sorry. This is self-deprecating. This is not only at Joe Biden. This is why he dresses in a suit and he looks like a consummate professional at all times. People are going to accuse me of being a Trump fan and whatever a Trump said. I got the shoes. I got the hat. I've got the $2 bill. I don't support Trump because I'm an idolizing sycophant. This man is what the world needs right now, and the world is too dumb. I shouldn't say the world. A substantial portion of the world is too caught up in the lies to understand it. He's the hero. Not as like an individual doing it, as a movement, as a representation of fighting the system. And I appreciate everybody's problems with him wearing the kippah and maybe arguably putting other countries first. People are going to say he puts Israel first over America. I appreciate that. And like we're going to get into, whatever your qualms are, legitimate or not, because some of them are not and some of them are, you only have two choices. We'll get to that in a second.
All right. It's just one of those things. I can't be sure about that, but
Yeah.
typically, you know,
Depends what he's packing. He could.
I don't
have
know
it
what
like
the
that.
hell he's packing, but I don't want to, and I don't want to know. Either. I don't know.
Look, pause it. Pause it. Andrew Schultz, may I ask what the heck? Get some pants that are longer. Get some socks that are better. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
He has an ability to fall asleep while on camera. He can lie down on one of those things,
Yeah.
and in minutes he's stone cold out.
How does he do
And he's
it?
got cameras
How
on
does
because
he
he's the
do it?
president, so they have cameras on him.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
And
not
then
the
they show him
president.
sleeping on the beach.
Yeah.
You'll never see me sleeping in front of camera.
How do we?
Oh no, they tried to make believe that Trump was sleeping in front of the cameras. It was actually when he was praying.